All right, welcome back, everybody. This is Stogie the Bear. I'm bringing you episode 2 of American Truck Simulator. I'm going to go through. I'm actually currently in the middle of a job, the massive tech park, and it is pretty big. I'll show it to you when we get driving. I'm going from Butte to Bozeman. Now, I do have the mods installed I was mentioning in my first episode. Let me show you those quick here. Yes, we'll do that. Okay, so we go to mod manager here. So these are the two mods that I have installed. I mentioned the economy mod, this 1.49 MSA economy mod. This is version 1.50 and it is working currently, and it works rather well. And I'll show you what it changes once we get into the gameplay. This better controller steering, it's meant for controllers, but as I mentioned before, I use a keyboard and mouse. I did order a steering wheel today, so maybe by the end of the week we'll do another video. Maybe even reviewing an unboxing. I hadn't even thought of that. I could do an unboxing video. So we'll do that and talk about steering wheels later on the week. But for now, I am using this mod and I really like it. Actually, what it does is it takes down the sensitivity of the button presses actually on a keyboard. So when I'm pressing A and D, it's not as if you think about it to kind of explain it, analog versus digital. Analog would be what your steering wheels and controllers are. They kind of go in a step gradient, and you can press it a little bit and it'll go a little bit. You can press it more and it'll go further. But now think about that with a keyboard. There is no variant there. It's just either on or off. It's all or nothing. So when you press that D key, it is full on right 100%. And of course, the longer you hold that, the game does, it's smart enough to realize that you're holding it longer, so it turns harder, but it kind of causes your truck to kind of bounce back and forth a lot. So this add-on, this better control steering progressive, reduced steering sensitivity, that is, it is helping with that. So get back into the game. And you see, we just moved to level 2 here. All I did was finish that one first job I started with you guys yesterday, and you guys missed some crazy wrecks on this one already. That's why I decided to go ahead and bring it up for the video on this, and you might see me do some pretty dumb stuff, but we'll see here. So they provided me with this Freightliner Cascadia because this is a quick job, all I have available to me at the moment. We're sitting at $3,701, and now notice this job, if I did not have the mod on, this job would probably pay around 40 to 70,000. But with this add-on, it's only paying well, let's look at this. We'll just show you. Typically, those jobs were paying $20 to $30 a mile. Now these jobs pay, in the teens and low tens, and they'll go to the mid-teens and high 20s or low 20s when you have your own truck and you're hauling, their trailers are not using their truck. They're kind of progressively stepped up. Now this does make it a little more complicated because it also increases the fine that you get. So let me tell you, when you hit something like somebody else's vehicle, that's $2,000 just like that. Boy, it knocks it off. But I mean, that's kind of realistic, and it definitely keeps me from running the money straight through the roof. So, yeah, without further ado, let's go drive and we'll see what this what this holds for us. I think there's about 100 miles, 131 miles left on this. Let's get it going. I think my lights on. Yeah, they're on. Gosh, you don't want that headlight. I'll tell you that. If you look, I've noticed I did turn on, if you press on a keyboard, if you press F2, it will turn on these little side mirrors. Oh, I'm gonna hit that guy. That's fun. It'll turn these side mirrors on if you see them flashing on and off. At first, when I first started playing, I was like, I'm not playing with that. That's not realistic. But let me tell you what. If I was driving a truck today in real life, and I had the ability to increase my visibility or make my driving easier with the cost of money, I would do it. So in my mind, I rationalize I will have this right mirror on, um, because today's technology, there are such a thing excuse me, as uh, cameras, and you can use them as side view mirror cameras. Um, and I definitely, if I was driving today, I would have that. Especially, you see that load hanging out on the right side? Yeah, it's over the white line. And if I get centered in the lane, there you go, it's way over. So I feel like that's still pretty realistic, even though it does place it on the screen for me. But you know what? We're playing a video game, so um, not go too far with it. And you will see my screen shake like this every now and again. That's just a byproduct of playing with a keyboard and a mouse. When I pick up my mouse or when I go to move it, it's gonna jolt a little bit. So nothing wrong with your screen. It's just me. I'm playing on the beginner rig, if you will, a keyboard and mouse. The very basic bare bones. But hopefully that'll change. Like I said, I did order me a wheel. Talk about that in future episodes. They're going to lead us off the highway here. This is where it gets interesting because I really feel like this big box behind me not going to fit through these signs, but okay. I took trailer damage. See, it hit something. It hit something. Put our blinker on like a good driver. Not that it matters in the game, but let's try not to take any more damage. Now, this is an escort quest. Funny escort quest. I've played MMORPGs before. Watched that trailer. But I mean, it really is an escort job, if you will. Following the police escort. Notice that my speed, if you look down at the right at the little mini map, GPS, it's listed at 35 is the speed limit, and we're going through red light. So on the escort jobs, you can do that. Even though that speed says, it may say 70 on the highway, that speed limit, that white box, is saying 40 when you're on the highway, so you can't go over 40. And I did have an unfortunate event when I was driving one of these yesterday or day before on a different profile. My truck was not strong enough to get up the hill. Oh, I'm gonna hit this car for sure. Oh my gosh. Okay. Take it easy. Oh, we're fine. We're good. We're good. We're gonna be all right. Anyway, so I was trying to get up the hill, and this big load, my truck just couldn't pull it. And I noticed that, I'm just kind of going along with it, and it started me over. It gave me a screen and said, "Hey, you've gone away from the pilot car." I'm like, "Oh, I was right behind it." What it was is the distance, I think, got too great, and it made me restart from a checkpoint. Now, fortunately, the checkpoint was just right there where we were at, so not like it took a lot off of the route, but it's just something to think about if you're lagging behind. Now, it probably won't happen like on this kind of job. This is one of the, I was going to stop one. This is a quick job, so they supply you with the truck. So, probably not going to run into that issue. And here you'll see that jerkiness as I turn. That's a keyboard turn for you. I just roll my mouse wheel up to the current speed that they want me at, which is 40. And on this particular truck, you can see the cruise control indicated by the little yellow arrow. That goes around the outside of the speed wheel to do this. Did it for him. Oh, we're gonna do it again. Here we go. Do the dance. Do the dance. Put our turn signal. I like turning with just a little bit of speed. It makes it easier. Mirrors. And we're good. And you get to avoid way stations. See that? There's the way station. Got about 90 miles left on this. Probably 5 or 6 minutes. Alright, there you go. I've just rolled up on my cruise control. See that little yellow, move it back and forth for you. That little yellow arrow down there. I really like this display, this dash display, because it's giving me my current speed, which is 37. It's giving me, if you look at the bottom, just to the left of that, 38 miles per hour, it says 40. So that's showing me the speed limit on the road that I'm on. And then the small green little circle, it's actually got the back end of a truck next to it if you kind of zoom in on it. That's indicating that my cruise control is on. It's also indicated by that little yellow arrow. But that's all I really need. I need to know what speed I can go, what speed I am going, and what speed I've got my cruise set to. And that's why I love this mouse wheel, doing that with cruise control. If I just back it off one, I can slow down just like that. Back it off two, I'm going to slow down a little bit there. Don't even have to use the brake here. Oh, car. We're definitely going to get hit. See anything? Oh, good, good. We'll put our cruise control back up. So I'm definitely not wearing out that W and the S. and after playing this game for some time without cruise control, I didn't know cruise control was a thing when I first started playing. So yeah, but my finger, my little middle finger on that W key for hours, like it almost got bruised. So please be aware there is cruise control. Set it up with a mouse bind or a key bind. Oh, thanks, Dan. Oh, we hit. Oh, that was those graphics. You see the front, the nose of that truck raise up and down? That's that suspension where I took the stability and all that stuff way down on my gameplay setting. So play with that. It's kind of fun. Wish it was daylight. I can see this game has great graphics. Location. And I have dabbled with some of the other mods, the Coast to Coast mod, the Canada and Mexico. The Coast to Coast mod, I found that everything outside of the actual true game is, I mean, it was kind of lackluster. The ground was flat. There was some minor graphical details, but it just didn't seem polished. So it was kind of like, well, what's the point? And eventually, when the game comes up and they um, SCS puts out an update or we get a new DLC or something, all those mods you have to wait for them to get updated, and then you're going to be playing without what you're normally used to. So I just decided, especially on this playthrough, to not use any of those types of mods. I can deal with the driving issues and I can deal with the money issues if those mods have to go outdated while I'm doing this Let's Play series. So that way it kind of keeps it uniform for not only for you guys, but for me too. So I can give a consistent commentary, if you will. I am tapping the heck out of these A and D keys back and forth. 52 miles to go. Another cool feature here, since we're in the beginning of this playthrough, if you look at that route advisor, that's what that's called. The route advisor, this is the bottom right where you see the red line and the green arrows. You'll see, like when there's a road or an intersection that comes in that the game doesn't actually use, there'll be like a little jut off, a little section that's gray. When I come up to that little section turns yellow or gold, and that indicates that you're discovering that section of roadway. If not, it would be gray. See the road out in front of that 191, that US 191 marker? It's gray out there. Now you might see that intersection turn yellow or gold as soon as we get to it. Let's see what it does. Put our blinker on. Oh. Okay, do this. Go wide. Yep, you see how it lit up yellow? So that's indicating that I have now discovered that piece of road. Let me pause it here. My dogs are gonna go crazy. All right, so get back to the game here. I pulled up in the driveway. My little alarm systems are going off. By alarm systems, I mean two. Are they Labradoodles? Labrador and a Poodle mix. They're puppies. Well, they're not really puppies. Well, they're probably close to a year old now, I guess. But man, if they hear something outside, one of them is blind and the other one is overly sensitive hearing. So when one barks, the other one, the blind, was like, "Okay, I'll bark too." Settle down now. We can finish the. Well, I'd like to finish this on stream. You can see how we complete a load, complete a mission. Mission, not really the load is appropriate term, I think. And now look at the indicators. We'll point out your route advisor again as well. You can see the fuel indicator. That's telling you how much fuel you have. And the little bed is going to tell you how much sleep you have. So it does take a good while for that to go all the way up to the top. And you do have a little bit, once it turns red, you do have a little bit of time before you actually, what it does is it charges you money. You wait too long, but you'll hear your guy, he'll like yawn. Oh, he'll yawn. And that's your indication to find a place to sleep. And usually if you hear that, you go to the next spot to pull off, next rest area or next truck stop. You won't incur those there beforehand. Going downhill. The moon off in the background, that must be a, I bet this is a really cool place to see during the daytime, but unfortunately this thing started me out driving at night. Not hit that car. Good. Let's see, you've also got your mail indicator down there. Oh, another thing here is the time. You see that Tuesday, 12:19 a.m. That's the current time. And then you'll see just below that, Tuesday, 12:34 a.m. That is your ETA, your estimated time of arrival, showing 8 miles and 11 minutes before you get. And the other, the A16, if you didn't know what that little symbol is, that is your gear selection. So it's like transmission. So it's showing us that we're in the A16 gear. So this must be an 18-speed transmission. Oh, we're almost there. He's stopping. I have ran smack dab into the rear end of these Escort so many times. Because watch him. He'll turn out like that, and I'll want to go out, and they'll turn in front of you like that, and you just plow right into the side of them. Yeah, that's $2,000. On this, with this mod, that'll cost you $2,000. So pull up through here. And notice this road is off-road. So be mindful of that. That little concrete wall right there, we're gonna hit that for sure. Be mindful of that. I did a delivery that was way out on a dirt road, and the more I drove on it, if I drove more than 20 miles an hour on it, my truck took damage, and it almost destroyed my truck all the way to 100% as I drove to the delivery. All right, and this is going to be simple. We're just going to pull up. I look at my rear view and wait till I see the arrows go green, or the little corners go green. Slam on the brakes, boom, and push P, which is also bound to my mouse. And there you go. Now I'll show you something else here. What this mod does is this trailer maneuvering bonus. Normally this would be like 25. It gives you extra. I don't need the extra bonus of the XP. I'm more or less concerned about dropping the money down. But hey, that's okay. It'll get us our skills up a little higher. But yeah, there you go. That job is completed. Excellent. No damage to the cargo. We did have damage to the trailer, but hey, it's somebody else's trailer, right? So, all right, and that'll conclude this episode 2. So, um, like, comment, share, do all that stuff everybody always says. And thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. And we'll do some more to come. Thanks, guys.